Hello guys, and welcome to another react with the TikTok TradWife Epidemic. I don't know what this is going to be about, but it has something to do with TikTok. I think it's like 2 years old, this video. Let's see what it is.
Down, no, get back in your cage, Depending on who you ask,
Who the hell was
women
that?
Are strong, independent, beautiful angels who can do no wrong, or evil, ungrateful, not me though. I'm not like other girls. Today we are taking a break from my seemingly never-ending research into the male question, and we are talking about
male
women.
question. I still don't know what the male question is.
I talk about femboys, and in this video I'm talking about...
Did I watch that? I don't remember a conversation about femboys. I guess I have to watch that too.
TikTok TradWives.
So what is a TradWife? Like, what does that mean? Trad. Like trans? I don't know. TRA?
The term TradWife is trending online, fueled by a TikTok influencer who uses the term to refer to herself and how she sees her role in her marriage.
So she made the term up?
Isn't just about personal choice or individual preferences. It's advancing a right-wing political ideology and dressing it up as a lifestyle.
What? What are you talking about?
Now, before we hop into our show,
she just called herself a word, right? But now it's an ideology? And of course, because it's right-wing, it's bad. Everything right-wing is just Nazi, evil Hitler. Oh, no. I like how if it was like a left-wing ideology, right? I'm sure she wouldn't say it the same way. You could tell that lady thought that that meant evil, you know? Like, because no one can be different than me.
Armor to defend Milady. Let's get into today's sponsor. You tired of this happening to you?
That never happens to me. Ridge Wallet.
Ridge wallets are high-quality aluminum wallets that can hold up to 12 cards, plus that fat stack of cash you're going to take out of your bank before it collapses. Ridge wallets are made with RFID blocking technology, which protects you from digital pickpockets, which will be great when
I wouldn't mind one of these kinds of wallets. Like, I know I talked before in a different video about how I have wallets and they're just fine. They're classic, like, 90s wallets, and I've had them forever. But I wouldn't mind these because I never have cash anymore. I just have cards that I carry around. I'm not going to pay a bunch of money for a fucking metal wallet when I could just stick these things in my pocket. But
the one world government forces us to rely on digital currency. There's over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber, burnt titanium, and my favorite, rose
Why'd you burn the titanium?
Ridge has over 50,000 5-star reviews, and they're so confident that you'll love their product that they'll let you test it out for 90 days. And if you don't love it, you can return it and get a full refund. So go to ridge.com.
There's gotta be more conditions
than that. Click the link down below and enter code SHOE at checkout to get 10% off your purchase.
So is the whole code SHOE at checkout? So if I type SHOE at checkout.
Big thank you to Ridge for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
I didn't do it.
Now let's get back to the video. Oh, happy belated International Women's Day, everybody. Happy Women's History Month, in fact. I didn't even know it was Women's History Month until I saw this commercial from Hershey's.
My name is Faye Johnstone. I'm the Executive Director of Wisdom to Action. We can create a world where everyone is able to live in public space as their honest and authentic selves. See the women changing how we see the future.
He looks so out of place there. It's just a bunch of women and then this guy dressed up like one.
At Hershey's, Canada.
Is that really the representation we want for women?
Like, you're representing women with a man that's cross-dressing? What the fuck? What's the point of having a Women's History Month if you're just gonna give it to a man anyway? Dude, that's so weird. That's so weird. Oh, God. Like, there's no way you can ever show me this and have me think of it any differently than, like, in the last video, the girl that was talking about peeing on someone. Like, that's the same way this comes off to me.
Cookies and cream? Disgusting. The other day, this video of
cookies
TikTok
and cream is fine.
SD Williams absolutely blew up on Twitter.
Who? Oh, her. Condemn traditional wives. What does that mean? Like someone that actually got married? She's cooking? Like, I mean, like what? So she's traditional. What, she looks like she's from the 50s and she's making food? In a dress?
Esty is one of many in the new growing movement of TikTok TradWives.
I don't see what's wrong with
jobs
this.
And decide to be stay-at-home girlfriends, wives, or mothers, dedicating their time to domestic chores like cooking, cleaning, and taking care of their family.
Isn't that just normal? Like, isn't that just normal? Now, I don't have as big of a selection of individuals I know as I did in like high school, but 50% of more of all women I know are not employed in long-time careers, you know? They stay at home. So isn't this normal?
As soon as I saw this video of Esty Williams, I was seething with jealousy. This woman looks like she jumped right out of a 50s Coca-Cola ad.
That's what I said, 50s.
Confident, happy, everything the internet hates. So I defended the femboys, and today I'm going to be defending the TikTok.
You defended femboys?
Both are very different things, but also
I have
kind
to
of
see that
similar
video.
at the same time. Both are exaggerations of femininity and are seen as rebelling against society, depending on where you stand. Depending on which party you vote for, the red satanic pedophiles or the blue satanic pedophiles. Now, I happen to support both the femboys and the TradWives.
I thought she was going to say, I thought she was going to say, I happen to support both groups of pedophiles.
Controversial stuff happening on this channel, folks. Subscribe for more hot takes like, is mayonnaise too spicy? I
hate mayo, bro. Get that shit off my chicken sandwich, dude. Ugh.
Cool when people do whatever they want, despite how much hate is thrown at them. And wow, was there a lot of hate thrown at this woman. Turns out it's all women can choose to do whatever they want, until a woman chooses to do whatever she wants.
Well, yeah, because that messaging is from liberals, and liberals don't actually want you to do whatever you want. They'd rather ban any opposing political parties and call you a racist Nazi fascist for being one skin tone too light.
Over the past few months, there have been dozens of articles on the growing epidemic of TikTok trad.
Never saw a single one of these articles. The new trend for submissive women has a dark heart and history. What? Staying at home to take care of the kids in the abode has a dark heart and history. Didn't, like, with cavemen, the men all went out and hunted while the women stayed home and took care of the fucking cave, you know? Did all the chores that needed to be done in the village in the like, what are you talking about?
Wives, calling them classist, racist, heteronormative.
What the fuck does 2/3, what does any of this really mean? First off, everyone's racist. What the fuck is a classist? And what the fuck is a whatever the fuck that is.
Disturbing videos featuring cis white women.
What does cis even mean? Like, why did you have to make up a new slur or whatever the fuck that is? Don't we have enough slurs? I mean, even racist is a slur now.
No, not cis white women. Articles calling the women insecure, telling them to just do BDSM instead. Articles
Being a normal woman, it means you should do BDS. What the fuck?
Saying they have no problem with their individual choices. But if this is the age of the TradWife, then I'm ready to die alone.
Why? Why do you want to die alone just because someone else is dressing up like it's the 50s and staying at home taking care of the kid? Like, isn't this... Aside from the dressing up like it's the 50s thing, isn't this so normal? Don't most women do this?
Then die. What do we do, argue with you? I'm not on the debate team. This isn't mock trial.
The articles about this
Then die.
were pretty bad, but the comments were even worse. Imagine being so scared of chasing your own dreams you decide to sell your soul to a man.
But what if she wants to stay home and take care of the kids and cook? What if that's what she likes?
Being a slave to a man isn't being feminine. It's being a slave.
But she chose to do it. Being a slave implies that she was, like, captured and forced to do it against her will.
At least stop glorifying this. Spending every second of your life in service to men is not something to aspire for.
She's doing what she wants. Isn't that in service to herself? Like, she wants to stay home and take care of a house. Like, you know, there's like a profession known as landlord, right? Done by plenty of men. That's basically the same thing, where you just stay home and take care of a house and like a building. Like, this is, what's wrong with liberals? Why are you like this? What? It's not just liberals, right? Like, there's crazy conservatives too. I once had someone come onto stream and tell me that I will never be a girl no matter how much I want to be. Bitch, I just have long hair. You're insane. Men having long hair is so common. Like, so both sides can be absolutely ridiculous, but liberals seem to be ridiculous a lot more, I'm noticing. A lot more. Like, it's not even close. It's not even remotely close. It's so far not close that I could... Oh, God. It's insane.
If this is what makes her happy, that's great. Looks like she loves her life and I'm ecstatic for her.
Yeah.
But it's not condemning housewives. But literal male fantasy cosplay, LMAO.
What? But it's a female fantasy. She's doing what she wants. What the fuck? What's even wrong if it is a male fantasy? Who cares? Leave him alone.
So does her husband beat and degrade her?
Oh. What the fuck? So if you don't go out and work a career that stops you from being at home and taking care of the house like you want to, if you don't do that, that means you get beaten and degraded? What is wrong with liberals?
Don't come crying to us girl bosses when your husband abuses you for dinner being cold.
How do you have this association? How what? This makes no sense. I mean, I know liberals are insane. I've seen it a million times, but these are just my real inner thoughts. Like, how are you this insane? How does this make sense to you? You know, and you know why I'm willing to generalize it like this? Because I'm from New York City. I've met a lot of liberals, and this is how they all are. I've met hundreds, probably thousands. I can't tell you the last time I met someone that's not like this. The last liberal I met was so upset by the Trump win that she said she's going to move to, was it Spain? I think it was Spain. She's going to move to Spain or somewhere. Like, because she thought that he was going to exterminate all blacks or whatever. Liberals, can you explain this to me? Why do you act like this? Why does this make sense to you?
Stupid dumb girl who will end up with nothing when he leaves her for another one.
Are you projecting? Do you think she would look so happy if this happened to her? Like, of course not. This is clearly projection.
I would love to come home from the construction site and slam her head into the fridge door for forgetting to put my beer in there.
Oh my God. That is so insanely violent for no reason. You don't even know her. Wow. Liberals, why? Why are you so insanely violent?
1950s style. I would love to grab her by the hair and slam her face into the fridge.
What a fascist bar. This is how you know it's liberals. I'm not guessing wrong. It literally is liberals. Only liberals are calling everybody fascist. She's taking care of a house and kids. That makes her fascist. Why don't liberals speak English? Why don't they speak English? Why are they so violent? Like, what is going on? Why can't you just be normal?
Fascist Barbie would need a lot more of that caked up makeup to cover the bruises on her face after I beat her for not having dinner ready on time.
My God.
Why are they all so violent?
Thank you. Like, what the fuck is going on?
These people need to be in prison. Women like this trigger a violent...
I really wish I met liberals that didn't act like this. I really do. It's just I never meet any. Everyone that I meet that is like a staunch liberal says shit like this. Everybody I meet that's even leaning left a little bit says shit like this. So is that just like why? Why are you all so violent? Where are the normal? There has to be normal ones. Where are the normal ones?
Violent reaction in me. Yeah, we can tell. As far as I know, none of these women are telling people how they should live. In fact,
no, they're just showing themselves being happy. Like, that's it. And now we're talking about bashing their heads into fridges? Dude, that's insane. Why does anybody, like, vote for a side with this kind of messaging? I have no idea.
SD Williams is doing the exact...
Like, we've literally gotten to beating women for being happy. Like, that's where we've gotten to. That's where they're at. Like, what don't they... So we celebrate beating women for being happy. They celebrate, like, killing Jews now because fuck Israel, right? Like, and all this other stuff. I don't understand. Why are they so violent? Because my brain doesn't work like that. So why do their brains work like this?
Opposite.
The misconception about the TradWife movement, it's not really a movement. Nobody's pushing it. People are typically just living it and maybe showcasing their lifestyle like me. And we believe our place, specifically us as individuals, believe our purpose is to be homemakers. There are a lot of people trying to
what's wrong?
make this...
Isn't this normal? Why do they want to, like, attack them so badly? What is wrong with you?
A sinister thing or put some other darker meaning behind the term TradWife. Nobody is doing that. We as individuals are just choosing to be homemakers. That's all.
Feminism is about personal choice. But you chose wrong, bitch.
Yeah, like, is this just feminists? I don't think so. Like, this is, like, I feel like, I don't know, like, wow.
Traditional wives. I'm so tired of these self-proclaimed victims. No one is coming after you.
What? They just said they were gonna bash her fucking head against the wall and beat her and punch her. And, like, they were basically threatening to kill her. What are you talking about? No one? You're insane.
It's all in your head,
Like, you have to be schizophrenic. I know schizophrenic is like you see things that aren't there, but it's gotta also be you don't see. Like, is there a different one for you don't see things that are literally right there?
We aggrieved whites. Inclusion.
What? You can only be a stay-at-home mom if you're white? What? I'm pretty sure most black women in existence are stay-at-home moms. If I had to guess, this is just a guess, just judging by the infrastructure of Asia, Europe, America, and Africa, I'm willing to bet out of the three anthropological races, the one that consists of blacks are the ones where you have the most proportion of stay-at-home moms. So I don't think this is a white thing. In fact, I think white moms are white women are the ones that are most likely to have a long-term career out of all of them. Like, is that not common sense? Do liberals not go to school? I legitimately want someone to seriously answer these questions. Because, like, what's with all the violence? Why are we ignoring reality? Why are we making shit up? Why? Please, tell me.
Of others does not mean the exclusion of you. Breathe, whitey. It's gonna be okay. Name one person who is condemning traditional wives.
Everyone that said that they wanted to beat her?
I am. Okay, just
there you go.
Because someone chooses to live an oppressive lifestyle doesn't make it any better.
Again, I'm pretty confident most women in Africa are living like this. Because, like, what else are they going to do, you know? They take care of the home stuff. They take care of the house survival stuff. And probably the same thing in places like China, too. Like, isn't this just normal everywhere? Like, and then just white women are more likely to have careers. Like, this doesn't line up with reality. Like, this has to be schizophrenia. Is like being schizophrenic a requirement to be liberal? I don't understand.
Traditionalism is toxic, period.
I know someone with schizophrenia and she's not liberal.
For the sake of gender roles or gender tradition is toxic.
She's not anything. She doesn't care about politics at all. She just bows out of conversations whenever it comes up because she doesn't care.
Period. In the end, this only benefits patriarchy. Individual choices
what?
do not.
Huh? So a system in which women make the decision to live how they want without anyone else's influence only benefits patriarchy? Isn't it the exact fucking opposite?
Exists in a vacuum. She's promoting a dangerous slavery mindset to young.
Slavery's illegal, you dumb bitch. Slaves don't have choices, like.
Young women. This is not real feminism. Feminism is a.
Well, what? What are you talking about?
About the emancipation.
This is so detached from reality. Like, it's not even remotely attached to reality.
Of all women from the patriarchy.
What patriarchy? What are you talking about? Are we living in the same country, the same world? Like, this isn't Saudi Arabia.
Not just some women. Y'all are embarrassing. I love all these people, like, nobody's condemning TradWives. And then there's like hundreds and hundreds of comments and articles and videos of people condemning TradWives. Until their toddler shits on them and their husband of 12 years, their senior, punches them out for not having dinner ready at 5 p.m. exact.
Why so violent? And what's wrong with toddlers? Every mom is going to have to deal with a toddler. Like, is getting a career somehow going to make you not have to deal with a toddler? Or, like, what are you promoting here other than beating mothers? Like,
you realize when you hit 40, your husband is going to start having sex with one of your teenage daughter's friends, right?
What the fuck kind of projection is this? Dude, I knew liberals were fucked up, but this video is really... I didn't realize they were this fucked up. Like, I knew they were fucked up, but, like, this is insane. This is so beyond comprehensible. What is going on?
You know she's getting it from Tyrone while her husband watches.
Why would a traditional wife that wants to be a stay-at-home mom be associated with cheating? Isn't it the opposite? Like, women that have more money have more options, thus they cheat more?
Writing whole-ass fan fictions about a woman they've never met. Oh, I bet she's so miserable, I bet he beats her. Oh yeah, I bet she's cucking her husband for Tyrone. TradWife is when white blonde with big booba.
Well, I mean, isn't a traditional wife more likely going to be Asian or black? Because in their culture, like, this is more normal for women to not have, like, you know, office careers or working at wherever. And, you know, like, so isn't it the opposite of that? I don't understand.
Real TradWives don't have big fake tits.
That's probably true. Yeah. I mean, because they're probably like Chinese or black and, you know, carrying water to and from a river or a well every day, and they don't have time for that shit. Or like taking care of the house while her husband is locked in the fucking factory, as is legal in China and does happen, to maintain productivity.
Stupid with fake tits. Every single TradWife account is just soft.
What did she do that made you think she's a stupid bitch? She just said, she basically just said, I like to cook and clean the house. That's it. How do you, what?
Softcore porn from women with massive tits. This is giving off OnlyFans vibes.
So, like, I'm sure you could do something like that on Only. But just being a woman on OnlyFans is enough to make money.
This is a fetish. She says in the video under she chose this life, and she did. It's a choice to be this stupid. You call yourself trad, and yet you have big breasts.
How is it a fetish? What? Well, I'm sure everything's a fetish, but like this specifically you're highlighting? This is normal. Again, I'm pretty sure this is what most women in the world do. Like most of them. That's not a fetish. That's the norm. That's reality.
Checkmate. This right here is pure distilled coon brain. I implore you to step out of your goon cave and get some fresh air, please. Just because you find the woman hot doesn't mean it's porn. Can we stop calling this a fetish? Oh,
yeah, it's not a fetish.
God, somebody normal. This is a well-documented white nationalist online trend.
Again, I'm pretty sure the lowest proportion of stay-at-home moms are white. I'm pretty sure. You could look at any other demographic and they probably have more stay-at-home mothers. I doubt this has anything to do with white nationalism at all. It's probably, if it had anything to do with any other nationalism, it would be every other kind of nationalism.
Oh, God damn it. TradWife, but she uses social media.
Yeah? Bro, stay-at-home moms are like the most common gaming demographic. They're what made mobile gaming popular in the West. Dude, like this has been polled plenty over more than a decade. And of course they're on like Twitter and Facebook. Like there's tons of female influencers. Like what does it have to do with being a stay-home mom? You have more time to do that stuff.
LOL. If she's such a TradWife, why is she on an iPhone?
What does anything she's doing have to do with... She's not Amish.
If she's so traditional, why is she using a cell phone?
She's not Amish.
This sounds like f***ing conservative boomers when they're like, oh, you're a socialist? How come you have an iPhone? Impossible to be...
Oh my god, this video is crazy. Like, I don't know, like in most instances online I would just roll my eyes and go crazy liberal, not a surprise. And it is no surprise, but I'm trying to let you guys see what's going on in my brain, and this is what's going on in my brain. I can't believe that there's human beings out there that are this crazy, but I can, because again, I grew up in New York City and this is what they all acted like. All of them, every last one of them. As well as every self-proclaimed liberal that I've met since then. Like every single one. Every single one.
Be a traditional wife when I'm a male. Hey, that is not true. It is 2023. We support trad husbands and boy wives on this channel. This would be fine if it weren't for all the whiny pick-me shit. Nobody cares if you want to cook and have big titties. Go have...
Huh? So nobody cares if you want to do what you... Why are you saying have big titties like it's a choice? Like what? Okay. So nobody cares if you want to do your thing, except this would be fine if it wasn't for all that thing. What's the point of hypocrisizing yourself in literally the next sentence? Like, what's the point? What does this accomplish?
Have fun. Imagine being so insecure with your miserable life you have to do some 1950s Nazi cosplay to get any men.
Staying at home and taking care of the house is being a Nazi. Wow. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but literally everything that is not agreeing fully with every liberal you meet these days is being a Nazi. It's insane. Why?
Male attention, lol. Did he pick you, sis? Pick me, pick me, pick me. Hope he picks you, queen. This pick me. All this woman has to do to get picked.
Honestly, until I watched this channel, I've never heard of pick me ever. Like, this is another slur? Like, why does the left need so many slurs? This is what happens when you let the slavery party stay a party, I guess. Like, what the fuck? Just be nice, you know? Is it so hard? Just mind your own business. Let them mind their own businesses and just live. Is that not the obvious way to live?
Is exist. I don't think she needs to make a big spectacle on TikTok to get male attention when she looks like this.
Yeah, she's fucking hot. You don't, like, literally just exist. That's it. That's all, like...
Be serious.
Like, at minimum, she's an 8. At minimum. Like, if I try to lower her to as low as she can possibly get, that's an 8. She doesn't need to do anything for attention.
Can we just talk about this pick me? Pick me is an insult people throw at women
It's,
when they
yeah, so it's a slur.
Whatever the current NPC line is. Some of these people calling this woman a
what is an
pick me have
NPC
OnlyFans
line
in their bios. You literally financially rely on being picked by men. If men didn't pick you, you'd be out of a job. And
yeah, but liberals don't care what the meanings of words are. That's why racist is a whole new meaning now, because they turned it into a slang. Sexist, all the isms, you know, and now all of this stuff as well.
Have like 5,000 views.
They don't care about English. I've spoken to them before, and they literally will tell you up front they don't care about the meaning of English words. It's the feelings of a person that matter the most. But even knowing that, even having had several of them tell me that in like a serious conversation, I still don't understand it. I don't.
Video, but when I do it, it's based. When you do it, it's cringe.
Whoa.
I guarantee I can cook better than her. I can bake better bread than her, and my boobs are bigger. I just don't wear ugly dresses.
All right. I just want to make the joke. I don't actually want to, but like, I don't want this, but I just want to make the joke. Pics are no proof.
And I work for a living. I'm not married, and I...
Wait. Let me hear this again from the beginning.
You do it, it's cringe. I guarantee I can cook better than her. I can bake better bread than her, and my boobs are bigger. I just don't wear ugly dresses, and I work for a living. I'm not married, and I certainly wouldn't submit to a husband if I had one.
So, you can guarantee a bunch of things you have no proof about, and you're highlighting that these are all good things. That's why you're bragging about them. Yet, you wouldn't do any of them if you had a husband, which you don't, and I fucking wonder why. I wonder why, right? So, it's like the self-awareness is zero, dude.
Sorry, I was trying to find your fucking point. I'm actually a lot better and hotter than her, and I'm not married. Okay. I want her to peg me. Oh, I don't know how that one got in there.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
It's not very traditional.
Wish America could go back to the 50s when things were simpler. I'm secretly gay. I have polio. I'm not allowed to wear pants or go to college. I beat the shit out of my son and molested my daughter, and no one will ever do a goddamn thing about it. I can get through my day without a shit ton of drugs.
Everybody back then did drugs. Everybody today does drugs. This is totally normal. This hasn't changed at all. Man, I would love to not be allowed to go to college. College fucking sucks, dude. College is awful.
Most of those things still happen today, but the being on drugs one is fun.
You know, there's more women that go to college than men, and more women graduate from. Why are they so obsessed with college? Women, why are you so obsessed with, especially if you're like a liberal, if you somehow found your way to this point in the video as a liberal woman, watching me be amazed by all this other shit. Why do you care so much about college? Because I don't think men care that. Men just care to go get a job done. Why do women care so much about college? Because my mom is a liberal woman. She was the exact same way.
Funny, because it's like, yes, it's true, women were on a ton of drugs back then, but I really gotta ask, like, do you know how many people...
Men were also, you know, they were doing cocaine just to get through the day. And now we just do caffeine.
are on SSRIs, how many people require them to function every day. The average woman is on nowadays would kill a 1950s housewife. I only take my ADHD medication sometimes, but I should be on like 4 other pills I'm prescribed, but I simply do not take them because I refuse to be a walking big pharma cocktail and my mental illnesses make me funnier. I'm sorry, I gotta say it, but all she's doing is dressing cute and cooking and cleaning. Is that what trad is?
Yeah, like, it's not special. So why, you know, if she assigned a name to it, you know, cool, call yourself what you want, that's fine. But like, why do so many liberals pretty much want her dead, like beaten, abused, cheated on? Like, all she's doing is dressing cute and cooking and cleaning. That's all that's happening. That is literally all that's happening. So why be so terrible?
I kind of agree with this one. Oh, you didn't DoorDash McDonald's? You made some ramen noodles tonight? How trad? You cleaned the f***ing toilet? How trad? You wiped your ass? Trad. I feel millennials and zoomers have psyoped themselves to believe basic ass things like cooking food and cleaning the house are traditional. Or even more deranged, white supremacy. TradWives, sexism as a gateway to white supremacy. A common theme among the haters of our TradWife friends is implying or even outright accusing them of covertly or overtly selling white supremacy to young women. There's nothing wrong with yearning to raise kids, bake bread, and keep a tidy home while your husband brings home the bacon. However, the most telling aspect of the TradWives hashtag is the other half of the term, wives. Women defined by their relationship to men, from the perspective of—
What's wrong with getting a husband? Isn't that the goal? Is the American dream not getting married and owning your own house? Is that not what the modern American dream is? Why? What is wrong? Why, like, this is probably written by an American. What's wrong? Do you not want this too? If so, I think you're in the wrong country.
Of men, specifically men of the alt-right. The TradWives try and articulate—
What does alt-right even fucking mean? Is that just like another word for fascist, which is already just another word for person I don't like?
Only women's roles over their choices, but also how the manosphere brings together those who feel blindsided by the feminist movement and want to teach women how to take care of their man and give birth to more white babies. This is how sexism functions as a gateway to white supremacy.
Men don't think that deep, dude. We see hot girl and go, ooh, hot girl. And like, that's literally it. It doesn't matter if she's white or black. Like, what the fuck? Or Asian, you know? Because again, remember that most human beings in the world are Asian. And even if you go to anthropological races, instead of sorting by geography, where you got the Caucasoid, Mongoloid, Negroid, you still have most human beings as Mongoloid, the traditionally Asian anthropological race. And then would be Caucasoid, especially because Indians are Caucasoid, so that really boosts up those numbers. And then Negroid would be like the absolute minimal, like the smallest one, which is funny because like, aren't they the first one? I guess, you know, Africa doesn't have enough arable land, but does China have a lot of? I guess it must, right? But like there's, why pick on the one in the middle, you know? I don't understand.
Supremacy, men bonding over misogyny and rallying for the white race. So as far as I can tell, none of these TradWives mention being white or whiteness or any of that. These people are just kind of—
And most demographics that have this lifestyle are not white. White is the one that has this demographic the least.
Convinced that's what this is. That these homemaking lifestyle videos are actually a dog whistle, luring people into the alt-right. Like me in 2015 when I said man-spreading, and then you went down the right-wing rabbit hole. Behind the rise of the—
She's having fun, and it's amusing.
Online TradWife movement. Trad ideology doesn't just extend to the 1950s housewife videos, it also has sinister connections with right-wing extremism.
Yeah, liberals, you need to get a new talking point. Everything cannot be right-wing extremism. Everything cannot be fascism. Everyone cannot be your definition of racist, sexist. Like, the world doesn't work like that. I don't understand how you can actually convince yourself into believing any of this? Have you just never met another human being?
Experts say. There was so much of this that even S.D. Williams, the main character of this anime, had to come out and say that.
When are we talking about anime? What the when did anime come up?
I do not support anything like white supremacy. I don't want to be associated with anything like that. Well, too bad, bitch. The experts are here.
It's giving blood and soil. Like, you know? I just think that if I was part of a movement that had a lot of crossover with fascists and neo-Nazis and not...
Everyone can't be a Nazi. Everyone can't be a fascist. Staying at home and taking care of the house made you a Nazi fascist, first off, you would be illegal. And then we would never have children and we would be extinct. So,
Nazi culture, I would probably make
Nazi culture? You mean the culture of slaughtering Jews?
sure that my propaganda for my lifestyle
Propaganda?
did not
So Californian, dude.
like emulate the 1920s and 30s.
What's wrong with the 1920s and 30s?
Just how I do stuff, though.
Look, how are you any better than the 20s and 30s? Just how you're making a bunch of shit up. You're like schizophrenic or something. Like, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know all the mental illnesses, all right? I just know schizophrenia is when you see shit and hear shit that isn't there. And I imagine you must to convince yourself of any of this.
Oh, you know.
First of all, what is this voice? I see you're happy. Do you know who else was happy? Nazi propaganda. This like fake apathy shit is just as performative.
That's supposed to be apathy? What? She sounds so bothered though.
As putting on a 1950s housewife dress and doing little cosplay on TikTok. Let's be serious for a second. Nobody doesn't care that much. And for the love of God...
She obviously cares. That was supposed to be apathy? She's a really bad actor.
God. Blend your eyeshadow. The desire to live in the 1950s ignores the reality of that decade. What's wrong with the...
There's something wrong with every decade. I mean, the 1950s sounds very aesthetic. Sure, there was the mafia and whatever, but like, we got like all kinds of problems today. We have wars popping up all the time this decade. We have stupid liberals like this calling everyone fascist, blah, blah, etc., constantly discriminating. You have BLM riots where they go around just killing randos that they see, regardless of skin color. You know, you could be a normal businessman and just get attacked. We have Chinese workers being locked in factories. We have mass pandemics where you have poor Chinese just randos being barricaded forcibly into their homes. Like, this is a terrible fucking decade. And I wouldn't be surprised if the 50s were actually better.
TradWife trend is that it romanticizes a time when staying in the home and marrying a man as means for socioeconomic survival was mandatory, while women, people of color, and the LGBT community were nowhere near equal.
Look. First off, there wasn't an LGBT community. That didn't exist. All right? That nobody made that yet. Nor the term people of color. Everybody has color, you blind piece of shit. I say as a half-blind piece of shit. The world does not exist based on the privileges granted to everyone that is not a straight man. There's more important things in life. Like all the things I just said. You know? I would rather be a gay woman that's black in the 50s than be a Ukrainian right now. Or someone in Pakistan. Or India. Or a lot of places, in fact.
TradWives glorified this decade. They're glorifying a time that was actually pretty terrible for a lot of people.
Such as today? Such as every decade? Like...
Oh, so you're a TradWife? Have you heard about a little thing called segregation? I don't believe.
It's so funny because liberals today love segregation. They want segregation. They want to just segregate away from those that they don't like, which is the exact same thing as the past. Democrats like today what they liked in the past. What a fucking surprise, right? Like, so what's the problem?
I don't believe any of these women want to bring back segregation or like polio. In fact, there are a lot of black tradwives too. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, most of Africa.
Honestly, this is the most feminist I'll ever say. I believe a lot of this bullying that these tradwives are facing comes from an underlying resentment or internal resentment we have towards traditionally feminine behavior. Let me just slip into video essayist mode for a second.
Huh.
Does society hate femininity? I don't know. I don't think so, but it's certain.
I know this isn't the topic of the video, but I think, oh God. I prefer when she looks like Boxy as opposed to this mature woman showing your cleavage shit, putting on red lipstick. You know what I mean?
Certainly sees it as weak. You see this, of course.
I mean, like, am I right? Like, emo women, like, on top? Leave a comment if you agree. And if you don't, shut up.
With a lot of the right-wing macho shit. Drinking Starbucks is feminine and therefore weak. But you also see it on the left, or at least the liberal left. Liberal Hollywood, to be exact. And it's being disguised as progressivism. We see this a lot, but the two that immediately come to my mind are Lola Bunny and the green M&M. Okay, yes, this sounds silly, but hear me out. Watching Tucker Carlson's obsession with the green M&M losing her sexy boots was hilarious, but it is kind of weird how the vice president of M&M...
Do you guys remember the M&M video game? That shit was so good. Have you in the comments, tell me if you've played it. That shit was so good. I loved that game, man. We don't get games like that anymore, man.
Up her boots for sneakers to signify empowerment and confidence.
Don't women buy fancy shoes to feel confident? And like sneakers or when you're like broker and going to work and hating your life?
There's also Lola Bunny losing her bunny curves. And the director of Space Jam 2 said it was because it's important to reflect the authenticity of strong, capable female characters.
What is this music?
So why exactly?
Wait. Strong female characters, but you made her look less female? Huh?
Is traditional femininity,
I
whether
like
it's
this music.
female clothing or female bodies, seen as the opposite of strong and empowering. Why do
I'm so sad because I know this song's gonna stop playing eventually. That makes me so sad.
women need to be masculine to be considered strong? And it's not just female clothing or female bodies that are considered weak. It's also traditional female personality traits. I'll give you 3 examples off the top of my
It's really hard to focus on her right now. This music's so good.
head. From the new She-Hulk show, Jennifer
The what?
Walters has arrived, and she wants nothing to do with saving the world. She's ready to be honest about life with her newfound powers, juggling her career and dating life.
That's not what the Hulk is for. The Hulk is for saving the world. So this is supposed to be empowering? So what, being a woman just means you're not allowed to be nice to others and help them? Like, liberals, that's not what being what is wrong with you? Why do liberals have some, like, hate version of literally everything? There's some, like, toxic, violent version of everything. Like, now being a superhero is about dating? But then, like, what?
To the Snow White remake. Rachel Zegler says she's
Oh, bro, I saw this shit bombed, man. This dumb bitch fucked it up.
bringing a modern edge to Disney's live-action
Yeah,
Snow
she
White.
fucked it
She's
up.
not
Dumb
going to be
fucking
saved by the
bitch.
prince or dreaming about true love. And
Yeah.
even the new Little Mermaid remake.
Why would you dream about true love in a love story, right?
I'm really excited for my version of the film because we've definitely changed that perspective of her just wanting to leave the ocean for a boy. It's about herself, her purpose, her freedom, her life.
Didn't she always want to leave the ocean and like explore though? But then the boy was like, you know, the cherry on top, like she fell in love. Wouldn't you want to move in with someone you love? And like transcend boundaries that keep you apart? Like if you fell in love with someone from another country, wouldn't you want to move and like meet with that person? What's wrong with that?
Life and what she wants. As women, we are amazing. We are independent. We are modern. We are everything and above.
Women aren't modern, bro. They're thousands of years old. What are you talking about?
I'm glad Disney is updating some of those
What the fuck?
themes.
What do you think independent means?
There are dozens and dozens of other examples.
What's in that glass?
But you get it. If you've been alive for the past 10 years, you get it. The seemingly unending push of these strong, independent women who don't need no man.
I really preferred politics before 2010, honestly. I think everyone was a lot more realistic then, even the liberals. Like, the worst the liberals did was try to like fuck with elections, like with Bush, but they still do that, but like they didn't have all these other things. And you know, 9/11 happened and all the liberals got together with everybody else and were like, you know, cooperative and nice and teamworky and happy for a little bit. I don't know why they had to go and become worse, you know, like why was this necessary?
Focuses on herself and her career, who has no time for true love or saving the world.
Oof.
Who cares about other people? It's called self-care, sweetie. It's no wonder people see something like this. A woman unapologetically embracing her femininity, not just in style, but in lifestyle. Embracing
honestly, there's been so much like liberal like violence and like etc. in this video. I forgot about that girl. I forgot she was the topic of the video.
Where she puts her family and her loved ones first, above herself and above her career. It's no surprise people see that and think it's subversive, because it is. Okay, that concludes video essay mode. I look like a drag queen. There is, of course, another side of this.
I know I said she always dresses modestly, and look, this is what I mean. Look at her fucking shirt.
It's the conservative
it was literally weird to see that dress.
Side, which believes that all women are just meant to be in the home, and that men should do none of the housework. Apparently.
Here's what I think. Now, by this point, nobody that is not like moderate or conservative is like no liberal, no leftist has made it this far in the video. There's no way, because they're gonna see me going, violence is bad, and go, oh, how dare you, you filthy fascist Nazi, and have left a hate comment, disliked the video, and clicked off by now. But here's what I think. I think relationships are cooperations. You use the skills that each individual has to the maximum extent, and their preferences, of course, and you fill in for the other person where you need to. And you help each other. That's what I think a relationship is. That's how I think they should all work. Not either of these other two things we just heard. Not women must stay in the home, or, oh, if you stay at the home, you're a filthy fascist white nationalist, blah, 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 blah. Like, I think what I said is correct. And I don't think, like, I'm open to hearing alternatives, but like, I don't think you're going to present me with anything that's going to change my mind. All right, back to what this guy was saying.
I do not know how to operate the laundry machine. When my wife said, oh, could you go put the laundry in? I have done it. I have had to ask her to guide me every step of the way. That is not something that comes naturally to men.
I'm sorry.
Well, it doesn't come naturally to anybody. It's a fucking laundry machine, dude. You have to learn how to use it. But I do my own laundry. I don't mind it. I actually kind of like it. It's pretty simple. All you do is put the clothes in, you set it, it works for like an hour. Then you move it to the dryer, you set it, it works for like an hour, and that's it. It's actually really fucking simple. It's a really easy thing to do. It is extremely easy. I do it myself. That's another. I don't want to hear anyone Nobody complain how it's hard. It is so easy to do laundry, man. You just put the stuff in, done. Put it in the other thing, done. Like, how can you not figure this out?
Sorry, but it is very weird that a grown-ass man does not know how to do laundry. Apparently, he's not even the only one.
All right, Drew? Well, this is a trick question because I have not done anything around the house for 40 years.
Ben, you answered dishes. Mrs. Shapiro said, I'm not sure Ben knows how to do laundry, so I'll go with the dishes.
Ben, your wife is a whole-ass doctor and you don't know how to work a laundry machine? What? Now, although I have a more socially libertarian outlook on this than they do,
well, she may be a whole ass doctor, but he's like a famous, like, whatever the fuck. I don't know what he is, actually. I don't watch him. They could just pay someone to do it, you know? And then, boom, someone gets employment. Sounds like a win-win-win.
I actually agree that one parent staying in the home with the kids is the best thing for a family. But my mom stayed home for a while, and then they switched, and my dad stayed home for a while. And to this day, I have a great bond with both of my parents, and I wonder if that is part of the reason why. I was lucky, and I wish everyone could be that lucky. Being a stay-at-home parent is a job, and honestly, it should pay like a job. I can't think of a more important role in society than raising the future generation.
I'm a little conflicted on that one. Should staying at home and taking care of a kid be a job? I hate the way she says it in like a sense. It feels like a sense of entitlement. But I kind of agree. Like, I think if the government wants more babies, you need to pay someone to stay at home to take care of kids. Especially with how expensive everything's getting and how wages are not necessarily supporting it. Like, yeah, I think that would be a good idea, but I don't think that that should be like a given, like a right. I think that should only pay like a job if that's what the government wants. If the government wants more babies, then it should pay like a job, because, like, you know, supply demand. In my head, I go a step further. I think universal basic income should be a thing. And then you don't even need to pay for this. You don't need to pay for this to be a job. It would just be natural, right? Because if you have enough to survive, you have enough to live and pay for all the necessities, that would include the necessities for a kid. Now it doesn't need to pay like a job. It doesn't need to be a job. You have the necessities anyway. And so you do whatever you need to. I disagree with her because I go a step further, basically.
In fact, this is a major reason of why I consider myself a socialist. I believe culture can trickle down from economics. And I believe certain policies that people like Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro might disagree with, could make it possible to get back to that time where people can raise a family on one income. If someone is able to live that tradition...
I don't even want that. I think just universal basic income. Maybe that's too hard to do now. I don't know. But I think it should be a thing. I think it will be a thing eventually, guaranteed. As more and more resources emerge, like, we used to all have to farm to be able to eat. Like, everyone used to have to farm. Every single person. Almost nobody farms now. That is a huge explosion in resources. And it's going to keep doing that. Until eventually nobody has to fucking do anything because the fucking robots are doing everything. And then everyone's just going to get everything for free. So universal basic income will be a thing eventually. But, like, I think that is what we need. Fuck the one parent income. The one parent income thing was a symptom of everything relevant being made by the British Empire and America. Like, that's where you got that from. That's where the one parent income came from. And then what a fucking surprise when you buy everything made in China. Oh, look, now the Chinese have money. Oh, look, the Vietnamese have money with their fucking slave labor making your shoes. Like, stop sending your money to other countries and you can live on one salary. That is really how that works. It's really, that's all there is to it.
Traditional lifestyle, they are extremely privileged to do so. Because let's face it, men are f***ing broke nowadays. There have been several articles.
I'm a broke boy. I'm saying so. I can't afford Pokemon's cookies, man. And Pokemon, you are the rich. When we have the revolution and we tear down the rich Pokemon, just like you said, I'm referencing a lot of things right now. You're gonna get torn down, you millionaire motherfucker. So you better give me your cookies now.
Articles about how women are single because they can't find a man who makes more money than they do. Because no matter what women
That is such stupid. Like, women, stop being picky. And I know not all women are that picky. Most women I know. Okay, most women I know say they don't care. But then at the same time, they're always looking for someone that is like at least as stable and secure financially as they are. So like, it's a little hypocritical, those ones. These are like the single women I know. So I don't really know. Like, stop being so picky. All right?
Say they want a provider. Women hate the wage gap until a motherfucker asks to split the bill. They want someone who can take care of them and take care of their children.
Yeah, and then they also want all the money. So they want to be rich and spoiled, but they also want you to be still they don't want to leave any money for you as the man. They want it for themselves because they're independent. And then when you don't have the money, now they don't want you. That's stupid. It's a stupid thing. It's not every person, clearly. When I generalize liberals, I can say it very confidently because every liberal that I personally have befriended in my entire life has been this way. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. And that's a lot. Because I'm from New York City. That's a lot. Not all women care about this. Not all of them. That's a fact. But enough of them do that it's retarded. It's like you're making your own fucking demon. Stop going to college and getting the high-paying jobs if you want the men to have the money to take care of you. Like, you can't just take the fucking jobs and then expect someone to have the job that you have that would be taking care of. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? If you're a woman and you think this, what the fuck is wrong with you? Stop looking for men that have their shit together, because guess what? You're in the fucking labor force now. They are going to have their shit together half as much of the time as they used to. You can't have it both ways, all right? Do you want the job or do you want the man taking care of you? I think, personally, I think you should just have the job and work together in the cooperation, like I said. I think the whole needing to be taken care of and spoiled thing, like, I think that's kind of babyish. I think that's a weird, childish, babyish preference, but I don't know. I'm not a fucking woman. Also, I want to note this fucking typo in Return to Tradition. This is a 2-year-old typo. Incredible.
Most men can't do that. They can barely afford to take care of themselves.
Yeah,
it
dude.
is nearly impossible.
It is insane how many women I have met. And I'm not talking about crazy liberal women that want you to make over $1 million and, you know, take care of everything and her while she also does whatever she wants. You know, I'm not talking about that. That is not what I'm talking about. I have met so many women that are normal, moderates, conservatives, especially conservatives, that want their job, they want kids, and they want the man to have a well-paying job to help take care of the kids when the girls themselves already have jobs and already have a career and do not want to be stay-at-home. Or they really want to be stay-at-home, so it's like a requirement for them, one way or another. Like, this is ridiculous. It's okay to have preferences, but these requirements are out of touch with reality. The men are not making enough money for you to be a stay-at-home mom guaranteed, okay? Why? Because the women are taking all of those jobs. They're the ones getting all the college degrees, okay? So that's probably not going to happen. And then, because the men are not making enough money, they're not going to make the money you're looking for to begin with. If you raise what you get so much, you have to lower your... We're in this weird transitionary period where women have not adapted to how much they get versus how much they expect. Like, they get the world and expect the world. Like... And men don't have the economic feasibility to keep up with this. This is not possible. Again, this is not all of them. I specified which ones it was. They need to come back to reality because this shit is ridiculous. You're gonna fucking die alone. All right? Don't die alone because you're out of touch with reality with your stupid requirements. There's no point to that.
To take care of a family on
and personally, I'm not saying you should have kids, but like if you want to, like, right, don't let it hold you back. I like humans. I think we are the best species, you know? Go forward like 500 years, we're going to find aliens, and everything I'm about to say is going to make me sound like a terrible person, but I think humans are the best species. I think animals are dumb. I think aliens, when we find them, that they're dumb and that we're better, and what's best for us is the best. So if you want to have fucking kids, you go fucking have kids, because that kid might kill an alien leader one day, and that is really important. He might make some dangerous parasite extinct. He might kill some terrible mountain lion bear that was slaughtering children. Who knows? Have the fucking kid. You know? Don't let these stupid requirements hold you back. All right, let's...
Income in America today. But why? Some people say it's because of capitalism. Other people say it's because of feminism. And some really insane people will say it's a little bit of both. The thing is, feminism has completely failed women. To be more precise, lean in, pink pussy hat, girl boss, neoliberal feminism has completely failed women.
What are you talking about? Whoa.
Women aren't fulfilled. Men, for that matter, are not fulfilled. Everyone's depressed, lonely, overworked, atomized, and many people, men and women, are longing for a time that probably will never exist. A time that will probably never come back. A time of economic security, economic growth, community, strong unions, higher wages, affordable housing, racism, lobotomies, back when they put real cocaine in Coca-Cola. Put the cocaine back in Coca-Cola, you cowards. Sorry, scratch those last...
I agree. No, don't scratch it. I agree. But no, I think you'll get that again, because again, resources are constantly exploding. The problem is that it's not all gathered in the West exclusively. The West keeps sending it everywhere else and then wondering what the fuck is happening to it. That's how money works. It may sound stupid, but that is how money works. When you take money and give it to someone, that person has the money now. Okay? It works from a microcosm to a macrocosm. If you pay the company for the product, the company has the money. You don't have the fucking money. Do you see how that's a problem and that makes you poor? If you take the money and you give it to another country, the money's in the other country. It's not in your country. No one in your country can have that money. Is it that hard to understand? Is it really that hard to understand? Is it so hard, especially as, oh God, why is economics so hard for the average person? Why? Why is it so hard for the, it shouldn't be. You live it. How do you not know it?
Two things. You get what I mean though. When I look at videos like this, I don't see a fetish. I see
a normal fucking woman having a great time, you know? Like I said, I like to do laundry. I think it's the most fun chore that I do because it's so simple and easy. She probably likes this, you know? Of course it's not a fucking fetish. What kind of fucking freak do you have to be to call this a fetish? Oh my God.
White supremacy. I see escapism.
Of course. If it was white supremacy, she wouldn't be standing, whatever, making food and cleaning shit. There'd be someone not white in the background doing that who isn't getting paid, you know? You know what that is? Have you heard of that before? Of course you did. That's where you got the term from, you dumb fuck. Nobody that thinks that would have made it this far into the video. I don't know.
From neoliberal hell world. And more importantly, I see someone doing what they want to do and not hurting anyone. There's nothing wrong with choosing to work for your family who loves you instead of a boss who hates you. There's nothing wrong with dedicating your life to something bigger than your next Amazon purchase. In conclusion, leave the TikTok TradWifes alone. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and donating to my Patreon, link down below. We're doing
Sorry, Shue, I'm a broke boy. I can't afford Pokemon's cookies. I can't afford the Patreon, but that was a fun video. That was fun though. Yeah, I didn't realize they were really that crazy. I'm gonna forget by tomorrow because it's just not relevant to my life, and I don't usually hold on to information that has any potential to be stressful. I just kind of go on with my life, you know? Leave the stay-at-home moms alone. With no stay-at-home moms, you might not exist, okay? Thank you, stay-at-home moms. It's all kind of just after Mother's Day, after I recorded this, but yeah. So that's it. I gotta go eat some food. So for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.